Um, Good morning, everyone. Um, I'd like to briefly introduce about me. My name is Momian, and I live in Minnesota. So right now, I'm a kind of full-time student. So I've been selected for the nursing program. Um, for those who have no idea who I am and my background, I'd like to a little bit wrap it up. um, about my background. So I used to be a journalist over 10 years. So once I moved to the United States, I decided to shift my career because of there are numerous things and circumstances that I had to come across and oversee all the obstacles during the initial settlement. So I saw that the healthcare fee is very promising and it is kind of in high demand and on high demand in the market. So I decided to completely shift my career. So yeah, I've been taking science classes and all the requirements. There are many tests that I have to, that I had to take and then pass I won't say the best. I'll say with a decent GPA and grade at least B for every subject. Yeah, so and I turned in my application last year. No, not last year. Last probably 3 months ago. So, um, and I I was able to turn in only one application because I've been taking classes based on the one school's curriculum, based on one school curriculum. So the problem with the nursing application is that um, um, so every school have different curriculum. So and the criteria for the program and the eligibility for the program admission. So I did not know that. So I navigate some schools, but still I think that's a kind of some colleges, for instance, like say communication and lifespan or psychology, is a kind of elective courses in some colleges, which I did not know at the time when I was prepping for the program admission. So let me clear two parts here. So if you're listening this, you may have no idea about the preparation process because the preparation process uh, uh, because I will only focus on the checklist. Because if you know about the checklist, then been you are being selected for the program. So the program selection is a little bit complicated. So there are three different components to be eligible for the program application. So the application doesn't mean you will be selected for the program. It means it's just a part of the process. They'll pick the best candidates among the that nursing application is process is admission process is very competitive compared to other programs. So you have to have T scores. So they have a baseline score for the program, and you have to be slightly higher than that baseline T score, and better GPA. Stronger GPA. I'll say at least above 3.5, which means better grade, at least grade uh, grade B at least, no C. Um, and also the attribution, or also known as the essays. So there are like about four types of essays: three long essays, and then one is about your um, uh, asking a very brief summary questions with a limited wording. So you have to be very careful with that too. So based on those three components, they'll cut the score. They'll combine into 100 percentage. Then they'll score T score. Based on T score, you'll get this or that much score, and then they will look into um, your attribution of essays, and then after that, and then your GPA. So a combined score must be above 75. So here's the thing, though. So the application process, the admission process is very selection process is very complicated, because they'll look into they have very diverse and very competitive candidates among the applicants. Uh, so you know that I have learned that recently, that most of the applicants that I'm taking are in the program. They they are already the nurses in the field. Um, so some people have licensed practical nurses. Uh, um, some some of them are LPN. The short term is called LPN nurse. So they've been in that field for a long time. So the average student in class, I think, which I'm not mistaken, about like a 40 students something. So the majority of the students and during the orientation that I recognized were mostly age above 40, 35 something. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does matter actually, because since they have a medical uh, healthcare field knowledge in the field, so they are a kind of stronger candidate. So think about a scenario that you are one of the candidates in the selections process, which you don't have any LPN experience. So the other candidates have, and you have weaker GPA and weaker T score. So lower T score than compared to other candidates, then the problem is they won't pick you up. They won't pick you for the program. So that's why the program is very competitive. To my understanding, this time I think they had about approximately 300 candidates for the program, and they turn it around over over 250 something. That's a lot. This is the program is not easy, and other specialties like engineering or liberal arts or political science, all the stuff. They don't have that kind of selection process, but the nursing and the medical field they have nursing. They have the criteria and the admission process. So some people, they'll be left behind, or they may be they'll put them on the waiting list, things like that. It happens a lot in nursing fields. I think I was quite lucky, and I did my best for the to secure better GPA for each classes, and my GPA was at about 3.75. So which is a really decent GPA to my understanding, and yeah. So I was shocked when I was informed that I've been selected for the program. So um, you know, and just so you know that I did not have any foundational knowledge about healthcare fee prior to this application process, because like I mentioned earlier, that I've been I had worked like over almost I don't like a quarter of my, not a quarter, I'll say um, almost 70% of my professional career was in journalism, and then I completely shifted from that to healthcare fields. That's that's kind of yeah, an unexpected shift, you may say. I agree that. So it's not easy. All right, so um, let's move on to checklist. So once you're selected for the program, so you have to take orientation. The orientation have two different parts: the school admission process and the program admission process. The one I'm talking about here is about the program orientation. So the nursing program orientation is very complex because they you have to check, kind of, you have to check a checklist like this, specific deadline for each, and you must meet all the deadline. So that's very challenging. So as of June, what do you have to do? In June, so what I in the program here, we have to create a profile and cast a branch. Like we have to complete a DHS, background check. Like they'll look into everything else. That's DHS is done by the third party. So especially if you have a criminal record in the past or not, something like that. So if you have a criminal record or something like that, you will not be able to proceed. So you may need to go through a P process or something like that. This is very serious. So the background check is, if there's a red flag about you, for instance, then you get him. In the past, you got involved something like a criminal activity, or domestic abuse or criminal activity, like uh, burglary or gunplay, things like that. That kind of criminal activities will bar you from the program. So you will not, even you have a you show your performance for the selection board that you are a very strong, solid candidate for the program. Eventually, even you show your qualification, if there is something wrong with the background check, you will not make it. So so the deadline is for a certain deadline that's set for the student. So even the program hasn't started, you have to complete a certain set of documentations first. So DHS, and then also you need to set appointment with the healthcare providers to get immunization record, tuberculosis, or all kind of stuff. So you have to complete in this or that period of time and point in time. So and then you register for the classes, and then and move on to next month. And then we, the DHS must be completed in July or August, because the program start in August. So before the program starts, uh, the students are required to complete all the process. So and then after DHS background check, you gotta go for fingerprinting. um, and uh, and then there is a the quiz session before the class starts. You have to complete things like that. And then also, as of uh, the, at the end of the July, you have to complete all the immunization record or physician confirmation. So that patient has um, this or that condition. He is immune to that kind of disease. He is immune to that kind of, bacteria, blah blah blah, virus. And then once you get all the clearance, then you can proceed. You can move on. But let's say if you have TB test, if your TB test returned positive, then you had to go through certain steps, to be able to continue or to be able to participate in the program. So yeah, so for 3 months ahead of the time before the class, you have to complete those all these process, very complicated. So, and it's not something in your control, because you gotta be ahead of time, because like dealing with the government agencies, or departments. Sometimes they may be a there might be a delay, unexpected delay, even you do in advance. So make sure everything is ahead of time. So and right now, uh I don't have any classes. I'm not taking any classes in this break time. So yeah. So so this is kind of complicated. So if you don't know, you gotta you need to stay in touch with the school student advisor. So and there is no easy way to overcome all the stages here. So yeah. Well, next time, I I may discuss how to take the classes, not about the nursing program, about prior to the program. So there is some sort of confusion about the school's curriculum. So sometimes some schools go curriculum is very complicated, and then you have to be really careful when you're reading their curriculum. So um, they may not say, "Oh, you gotta complete this or that," but there are certain scores you gotta got you have to have, and that's not something in something inevitable. So it's tough, and yeah. But well, the thing is, even uh, the program has numerous challenges. It's very rewarding. I'll say rewarding, because once you graduate from the program, um, starting pay is double than minimum wages. Trust me. And it also depends on the state where you live. For instance, the lowest pay states, some states they don't pay really well because there's no tax. Some states pay really good, a good amount, and also benefit packages, all the stuff. So, but they have also really huge, state tax, and so every state has its own, setback and advantages. So, well, you can decide. And I'll talk a little bit about once you're in the program. There are things you have to be very, very um, proactive, especially about the GPA you must keep, and then you must pass all the exams above, like 75, 80 at least, things at least 75, above 75, and then like 80. Um, that's not an easy meal for sure. So you have to really put into work. So the thing is, some people, may underestimate the courses, the difficulty of the courses. So what they do is they work. So while they are in school, they also work like part time, like 40 hours, something like that. Actually, it's not. I would not recommend you doing that, because once you kick out from the program, you have to reapply, wait for the next semester, and then that will remain on your record, student record. It's not good. And oh, and the the problem with the um, oh, not only that problem, it is also something to do with the status. For instance, if you are F1 status holder, then if you are kicked out from the program due to poor performance or due to plagiarism, then you're done. It will remain on your record forever. Wherever you go, wherever you transfer your school, wherever it is, in state or out of state, if you try, that will remain forever as a stain in your on your profile. So that's not good. Don't try to use AI, because here the instructors, professor, they know better than you do. And if they can detect based on your performance and also your quality, you just need to be honest. Hey, look, I'm not very super efficient or proficient in English, but hey, look, it's not it's not worse compared to copying, taking somebody's work as your credit. So it's so that's the point. So, and then the healthcare fee is very sensitive. So there is a mixture of both, memorization and deep understanding on the context. So there are certain rules you have to follow. You can't make any mistake. A single mistake by you can cost a life. That's why they take very serious, especially in healthcare fees. So that's why the job here in the U.S. is highly respected and uh, well compensated uh, job. And not only nursing, there are also different programs that you are require. This kind of demanding criteria and high requirements. I think, yeah, there are many any other health related programs too. So for instance, yeah, I mean, like, even for the physician assistant, physical therapist, or occupational therapist, all these jobs are very uh, um, very uh, I'll say top earners among the employees. So, well, and then there are many ways that you can improve, you can enhance your career after the upon after in post graduation. So I'll say, so you can pursue a master degree or a doctorate. So once you have, oh, there are many specialties, but well, we'll talk about that later. So right now, just this. Oh, by the way, I am from Burmese. The way I speak might be a little bit, uh, noticeable, and I'll have a little accent. So if you are listening to this live stream, uh, I'm sorry, but yeah, and once you are in, if you are watching this live stream, then um, I guess you are into a nursing program, or you are, looking for help, or you want to know what does it look like. And if you have questions, you can reach me out via email, or uh, directly here, or via my Facebook. Um, I am more than happy to help you out, because there are many things that are untold, especially when it comes to further education in the U.S. And once you reach me out, please try to communicate in English. That's how you have to assimilate. And well, that's for your betterment, not for me. And once you're in the program, you can you can talk in Burmese. You can speak in Burmese language. You have to use English as your priority, and that's going to be your uh, you know primary language, and it's a must. That's not a choice. So all right, that's it. And I hope um, um, I hope something useful you find in this live stream. And well, I'm the beginner here, so you know the way I deliver or convey my message might not be really uh, as clear as an instructor. So yeah, well, anyway, thank you for watching this live stream, and I hope everyone stays safe. Everyone is safe, and okay, if you have questions, please reach me out, and I can navigate you roughly, because the way I said roughly, in general, because um, like the programs are very, very, the program requirement or the classes, they are very, very complex, and um, each school has their own unique approach and style. So you can't just put in this or that block from here to there. So that's why I mentioned, so I can walk you through roughly if you have questions. But to know specific information, you have to um, contact student counselor. But if you are out of the United States, you may have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you are into uh, the program, then you need to reach out then. And as a beginner, I can, guide you what this program looks like and how can you be successful in the future. And I hope you find this useful. And that's all for today, and we'll see you later. Thank you.